Today we are in one of Georgia's top 55 and older luxury communities here in Canton, Georgia, the Retreat at Lakeside. And I'm going to tell you, this is one of the most unique 55 and older communities that I have ever visited here in Georgia. Every single exterior elevation is different from the next. It has this amazing vibe. It has sort of like this Nantucket meets a little bit of Victorian. You also have a little bit of craftsman in here. The architecture is so unique. And if you're looking for a 55 and older community that doesn't look cookie cutter and that also includes standard tons and tons of luxury finishes included with the base price, then you're gonna love this community. You're definitely not gonna wanna miss it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you some information about the community, the amazing amenities that are to come, and I'm gonna give you a tour through 2 of their amazing model houses. They are so beautiful. You're gonna love it. But anyway, we have got a lot to see, so let's get started. Okay, so now we're at the Benton Model House, and I'm going to tell you this is a spectacular model house. I'm going to point out what makes this whole community so unique, and what that is the amount of included features that you would normally have to pay to add at the design center. So as we walk through, I'm going to point them out to you because it's a big plus to this community. So I'm excited to show it to you. Let's go inside. Okay, so first of all, I love this exterior elevation. It is so pretty. I love the shake up top, this arched doorway. You know, having a double door is awesome. I love the stonework and the flagstone right here on the patio, the front porch anyway. It's so beautiful. Okay. So check this out. You've got a nice foyer, and they did a tray ceiling, and they added some wood in the ceiling. And then as we go through here, you're entering the main house, and look at this powder room. It's adorable. They did shiplap on the walls, really nice cabinetry. The lighting is beautiful. And notice the first feature here that is standard, and that is your quartz countertop. That is definitely something you typically would have to pay extra for, and that is included. So let's keep going. Okay, so another included feature are the door levers. This is something that most places would charge extra for, and they actually have it. And then you have a mud bench. So this is your drop zone. You come in from the garage. You can drop your purse there, your shoes, you know, all your stuff, your keys. This built-in is included in the price. Notice you've got tall ceilings, looks like 10-foot ceilings. Now this particular model has included a elevator, but this is not something that is standard, but it is an optional upgrade. So check this out. So beautiful. I love the arches and the open shelving, and these cabinets are included. The fireplace in the great room is also something that is standard. Absolutely beautiful. You've got plenty of seating here. Enough room for, 2 love seats, a chair, coffee table. And then we enter into the awesome kitchen. Wow. I love this kitchen. I love the cabinetry and the quartz. But notice that it says that the cabinetry with soft close is also a standard feature. And it goes all the way up to the ceiling there, which is really nice, beautiful built-in look. And that is something that is standard. This signature cabinetry up to the ceiling is standard. Awesome. I really like this hood a lot. It's modern, so pretty. I like how they did quartz countertops, but they also use the same quartz as the backsplash. And I'm regretting that I didn't do this in my own house, but having that little ledge there, oh, I love it. You put your little spices there, oil, vinegar, so cute. You've got a nice big island. You've got KitchenAid appliances here. You've got a microwave, an oven combo, plenty of space between the island. And this is your view from the island. And then this right here is your dining room. And that is very pretty. Now let's go outside real quick. So I want to show you something. So this is the covered back porch. Now this particular house has a terrace level. Most of the houses in this neighborhood do have terrace levels, and that's probably partially due to the lay of the land. You know, you've got lots of hills and so on, but I don't know if you could see through the woods there. There's this little black cottage house back there, and I'm told that that is owned by John Wieland himself. John Wieland himself has built that little cottage for himself back there. I thought that was pretty cool. So anyway, and then that is the clubhouse right over there.
Real quick, before we move on, I just wanted to give you this free QR code right here. So go ahead and scan it, and it'll take you straight to my free new website, which, trust me, is a total game changer if you're thinking about retiring here in Georgia. You're gonna love it because it's got Atlanta's only interactive real estate map with all of our top 55 and better communities. So you can go in and you can explore the different neighborhoods, check out the different homes for sale, and even pull up every video that I've ever filmed in those communities. And you guys already know, I do tons of model house tours. I do tours of the amenities. I do aerial tours with my drone, all kinds of fun stuff. Plus, you can grab my free relocation guide packed with super valuable information to help you make a smooth transition here to Georgia. So if a new home in one of our beautiful luxury 55 and older communities is on your wish list, then this is hands down the best resource out there to help you find the perfect neighborhood so that you can start living the retirement lifestyle of your dreams. Oh, and if you're watching on your phone and can't scan the code, no worries. I'm going to drop the link in the description so that you can check it out after the video. All right, let's keep going because we've got a lot more to see.
And I should say John Wieland is the builder, just in case I didn't mention that before. Now you've got your shelving, and this wood shelving is included. So no wire shelves here. How nice is that? And then through there, you'll see the terrace level. But before we go there, I want to show you the second floor. John Wieland actually has a really good reputation as far as, you know, being a highly regarded builder here in the Atlanta area. So we come upstairs. I love this. How cool. Like an inset for artwork. And then you have a nice loft right here. And to the left, you have another full bathroom. Again, the quartz countertops are included. And the tile to the ceiling is also included. And that is something that you usually are charged extra for. Goes one guest bedroom. You've got a closet through there. Then you have an office space. And there is a closet here, so it could be used as a bedroom as well. And then through here, you have another small office. Now, this could not be a bedroom because there is no closet here. So it's a very small little office, but I really like it. And here's something that's really cool. Look at this. So you have your laundry room right here in the loft area, and it has barn doors that are included. And then you have your laundry room sink and cabinet also included. That is very rare. I love it. Now let's check out the master. This is where the elevator would go. I'd ride it, but knowing me, I'd get stuck in it and that would be the end of the video. So I won't ride it, but it is there. Now look at how beautiful this bedroom is. I want to point out one thing that I always love doing in all of my bedrooms, that when I build custom, I do these little switches on either side of the bed so that when I want to shut off the light, it's just bam, I reach over and I do it. We each have our individual switches. I think that's just a very simple thing to do, but it makes me happy every day. And then another thing I noticed that they're doing in a lot of John's houses here is they're doing this little bar, like a little beverage center in the master. And I think it's a great idea because, you know, let's say you're thirsty in the middle of the night or whatever. You can come here, grab a drink, and not have to go all the way downstairs. And I also really like the sitting room. Nice little reading area. I think that's great. And another porch. Look at this. And it has a swinging daybed here. I love having a porch off of the master bedroom. Now let's check out this bathroom. Look at the tile work. They did a herringbone design. So nice. His and her vanities, of course. The quartz is included. And another nice feature is they have his and her closets. So cool. And look at these light fixtures. I love them. So nice. Then you've got a freestanding tub in the center. And then you've got a beautiful shower. And it's a curbless shower that is included. So, you know, it's flat going all the way in. Can't trip on that. And tile all the way to the ceiling. That's also included as well. Put that light on. And check this out. The hardware. So nice. Extra long hose there. So you could be sitting here. This is very spa-like. And then you can turn it on from over here and not have to be freezing while you wait for it to warm up. Perfect. Perfect. Cute little window. Cute. Okay, so then here you have your water closet, and then you have his closet there. Look at how pretty this cabinetry is. Okay, so now we've seen the first floor and the second floor, and I want to take you down to the terrace level. Okay, so now we're heading down to the terrace level, and this space is so special. I really like it. I think it's perfect for having guests, or if you have an older child perhaps that lives with you, because look at this, the cutest little kitchen area. Oh my goodness, it's like a little New York style kitchen. There's a tiny stove and dishwasher, cute little refrigerator, so cute. And then through here you have a living room space, and this is very large. And you've got a private deck out here. And then through here, you have the bedroom. Look at this bedroom. And they did the wood planks in the ceiling, so cool. And this is a big bedroom. You've got a king size bed here. It's really nice. And check out this bathroom. I love the tile that they chose. So you did the hexes on the floor. Again, that same really neutral wood tone, which I love. Quartz countertops, modern square sinks, the brass fixtures. And I love the wall here. They did this tile, another herringbone design. And then they have a frameless shower door here. Beautiful. Nice niche. So pretty. And then again with these beautiful light fixtures. I cannot wait till my client gets to go to the design center because we are going to have a blast. Look at that. And there's the entrance for the elevator. So what did you think about this Benton model house? I absolutely love it. This is one of my favorite model houses. I love the styling of it. I love all the features. How they did this house is so beautiful. And spoiler alert, the next model house is actually just as beautiful or maybe even more beautiful, but don't worry, I'm gonna show you that afterwards. But before we go there, I just wanna give you a little bit of information about this floor plan. Like I said, it's called a Benton. If you were to do 2 stories only without the finished terrace level, you'd be looking at 2,673 square feet because it's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. And that would start at $599,900. Now, if you were to do 2 stories plus a finished terrace level, which is what we saw, and that's like a basement, but it's, you know, you walk out, it's daylight, so that is called a terrace level, then that now goes up to 3,773 square feet. So it's large. That brings you up to 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths. And the starting price or the base price for that is $719,900. Now, the thing that's very unique about these properties, this community, is that yes, you have to start with your base price, and then of course you have to add on your lot premium, and they range. You know, you might have one that starts maybe $65,000. The one I was looking at with my client was $90,000, very beautiful, backing up to woods. So you do have to add that, but as far as the design center goes, you're not going to spend as much in the design center as you would normally spend in these 55 and older communities. They usually say to allow for, 10 to 15% of the base price in the design center. Here, you don't need it. They say that the average person might spend $20,000, $30,000 in the design center. And they're usually running some sort of incentives. Right now, they are offering some incentives, and I'll get you that before we leave today. But like I was saying here, you're not going to spend as much money because it includes so many features that I pointed out as we were walking through that are normally things that you have to add at the design center. So you're just kind of like more what you see is what you get. And I know that a lot of clients can really appreciate that. So anyway, I hope you like this one. We have a lot more to see. So let's go check out the next one. The next model house is beautiful. You're going to love it. Let's go. So now we're at the Monroe Model House, and you are going to love it. So let's go check it out. So another great feature, double doors. You don't see that a lot in 55 and older communities. And then here we go. Beautiful wide foyer. I love the arches going down the center here. And then you have a little formal living room, could also be a den. So pretty. You follow through here. Notice that all of the rocker switches are included. Again, that's something you don't normally see. The handles upgraded are included. You've got a nice, spacious, full bathroom here. Again, tile to the ceiling included. Behind the tub, quartz countertop, modern, square sinks. So pretty. And then through here, ta-da, so pretty. Now through here, before we go in there, this is where the optional elevator lets out. Then you have your garage here, and then you have your built-in, your mud bench area, and that is also standard. So look at this kitchen. So beautiful. I love the oversized pendants. And even though you've got some extremely tall ceilings, the cabinetry goes right up there to the top. It's beautiful, big island. Then you have your dining area right here. I love how they did the bench here, window bench. And then this is what I was wanting to show you. I love this living room. Look at it. So pretty. You have a vaulted ceiling, wood beams through here. And then I want to show you the backyard. The backyard is awesome. And you get a better view of Mr. Whelan's house over here. But look at this. Beautiful covered back deck. So pretty. You can kind of see the house better there. Oh, I love it. I love black dark houses like that. So nice. Okay. So, I mean, what do you think about this living room? You never see vaults in 55 and older communities. This is the first one I've seen. And it's so cozy. I mean, you really feel like you are on vacation. You've got this big stacked stone fireplace, built-ins, all of the built-in cabinetry is included. So nice. Okay, so we'll go through here and you have your laundry room with your cabinetry. The laundry room cabinets and sink are included. And then you've got this massive master suite. Look how big it is. I mean, you have plenty of space here, plenty. And then through here, you have a beautiful big bathroom, his and her sinks, a freestanding tub, and a massive frameless shower, curbless as well, tile to the ceiling, all included. And then you have your closets there, which are not finished in this model. But now I want to take you upstairs real quick. You can see what that looks like. So this is where the elevator lets out, and then you have this big loft area. Really nice. You've got a bar. So perfect, you know, movie room, entertaining room, guest space. And then through here you have a really big guest bedroom and a full bathroom with shower. Really, really nice. Now let's go check out the terrace level. So on our way down, we pass the kitchen again, and I love the backsplash work they did. The tile backsplash to the ceiling is also included. You have a beautiful decorative wood chimney hood included, and I didn't mention that before. So nice. Wood shelving in the pantry, that is rarely ever included. I know I sound like a broken record, but I go through houses and tour model houses and communities all the time, and it's just very unusual to have all of this included, so it excites me. But okay, so now let's go downstairs and check out the full finished terrace level. So directly to the right, you have like a study, but this could also be a bedroom. And then you have another full bathroom. And I like this because you have a covered and screened in private porch or back deck. Very nice. This is just, the land here is so beautiful, it really is. Then you've got kind of like a movie room or rec room, or just like a separate apartment for an older child. And then that's how you would access the elevator. There you have it. So what did you think about the Monroe floor plan? Wow, I think you guys know what my favorite feature is, and it's definitely that vault and the cozy, you know, living room there. I love it so much in here. It's just perfect. It fits the environment. It fits, you kind of feel like you're in a mountain lodge, but I don't know, it's a really cool vibe that I'm getting from this community. It's so unique, and that's what I appreciate. So yeah, that on top of all of the finishes, the high-end finishes that are included as part of their standard package, that's what really excites me about this community. But before we move on, I want to give you some information on the Monroe. So the Monroe, if you were to just get the 2-story Monroe without a terrace level, you'd be looking at 2,911 square feet. That's with 3 bedrooms and 2.5 baths. And then the base price for that would be the $649,900. Now, if you did 2 stories plus the finished terrace level, you'd be looking at 3,807 square feet with 3 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, and the base price on that would be $789,900. So like I was saying before, yes, you are going to take that base price. You are going to add your lot premium, and you will probably want to allow for 20 to 30,000 minus the current incentives, which right now are $10,000, and that does change all the time. So call me if you have any questions and want to get updated pricing. I'd be happy to get all of that for you and make sure you're getting the best price possible and taking advantage of all the going incentives. Now, of course, like I said, you're going to start with your base price. You're going to add your lot premium, could be 80, 90,000, maybe $30,000 in the design center. Now there are some spec houses. They have spec houses right now that are ready to go that are about $750 to $850. They're gorgeous. They're all unique. They're all perfectly styled. So if you are in a time crunch and you need something pronto, you need to move here, give me a call and I'll get you all of the availability and I'll check them out for you, take video, take drone footage for you so that you can get a really good feel if this is something that would interest you and warrant a trip to Georgia. But anyway, I thought this was gorgeous. I hope you enjoyed it. So why don't we keep going? I want to show you a couple of more things. So let's go. So I wanted to give you a little bit of information about their amenities here. And I apologize for all the construction noise, but they're still under construction. As you can see from the back, they're, done with the framing. I heard that the elevator has gone in. They're expected to complete construction at the end of 2025. So they've got a little ways to go. Now, what I really like about it is the architecture of that clubhouse. It is kind of this Nantucket, Connecticut style, Hamptons, feel to it, which I love. And it overlooks this lake here. Now, the lake is a little bit murky right now. We had a really bad rain yesterday, so I can understand why. But it still is really nice and peaceful to have access to water and walking trails. There is a dock, you can see that there, and there's going to be some canoeing and kayaking and all sorts of things that you can do right there, fishing, that sort of thing. And then, of course, there's tons of walking trails. There is some tennis courts, pickleball courts, and this particular community is part of the master planned community. And so you have access to both. So the master planned or the master association is $1,200 per year. And that has 2 different clubhouses, 3 pools. A lot of people, might say, oh, I don't need all of that. But if you have grandkids, you have people coming to visit, to have all of that easily accessible, it's really nice. And then you have your own private amenities that are only for the 55 and older Lakeview community, which is the small section of the bigger master plan community, which is where we are now. And those people are the only one that are going to have access to this clubhouse here. Now, this clubhouse and all the maintenance of the common grounds, the landscaping, all of that is part of your homeowners association, your monthly homeowners association. And that is running at $275 per month, which is pretty much in line with all 55 and older homeowners associations that I find here in Georgia, especially the luxury ones like this. But yeah, I'm really excited to see how this turns out because I'm a huge fan of that Nantucket architecture. I think it's so cool. Really cool. And another thing I really appreciate about this neighborhood is as you're driving around down all the streets, the houses favor each other, but you will not see the same house duplicated anywhere. They all have something different about them. So they put a lot of care into the exterior elevations, making sure that they are unique in some fashion. They may be the same floor plan, but the exterior elevation for each individual house is unique. And I think that's really cool. So what did you think about this community? I love it here. I think it is so peaceful, so tranquil. I'm in love with the houses here. So thank you for coming with me on this tour. I've been wanting to come out here for so long. So I finally got a chance to see it in person, and it did not disappoint. So if you are thinking about making the move to Atlanta and are thinking about retiring in a 55 and older community, that's what I do. I'm your girl. I would love to help you find the community that best fits your retirement lifestyle goals, and then help you choose a floor plan, a land lot, help you through the design center process and through the entire construction process to make it as smooth as possible for you. I have a lot of experience with this, and so I'd love to use my experience to help make this as stress-free as possible. So give me a call, shoot me a text. I'd love to help. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Bye, y'all.